Hello, radiant light beings. Welcome. How are you finding the June energy so far? For me, it's interesting, very interesting. I'm feeling some real peaks and some real troughs. I mean, that seems to be the ascension process anyway, a lot of the time, doesn't it? If we're on a path of a lot of healing and growth and evolution. Welcome anyway. I'm Emily, I'm a cosmic priestess, and I bring through light code transmissions, light language for healing and to assist you on your ascension path, on your healing and awakening journeys, to help you clear out the density and what is not you so you can be more fully you in your radiance. And I just want to share what I'm going through and hope that that might assist you on your path as well. I love this community so much, and my intention with every video that I put out is that it speaks to your heart and soul. It really assists and serves you in the most optimal way for you. And I never really know what is going to come through when I do these videos. I just trust and just align with my highest frequencies of love and trust that the light that wants to shine through me today will shine through me today. As me. As I am and you are, we are one as the light. So what I've been going through, I feel a little bit vulnerable talking about this because this is one of my core issues. And what's often happens when we're on this path of growth and evolution and we're on a very spiritual path. I mean, I find it difficult to use the word spiritual path because, you know, everything is spiritual as far as I can see. You know, everything is source, that, you know, nothing is not source, and we're all on a path of evolution and growth. But if you're really taking the path as a healer or a spiritual leader or in that kind of field, you know, you often go through a lot of challenge and have had wounds to heal and patterns to break and karmic cycles to go through to really evolve into the truth of who you are, so we can ascend more through this physical vessel as the beings of light that we are, and embody that and live that truth. And during this process, some of our core wounds can really come up, and really, you know, we always think we're done, don't we, when we go through a big healing, and yet more levels and layers seem to come up. And with the influx of light now, and the solar activity, there's so much light here that, you know, it's illuminating so many shadows, and I'm experiencing huge breakthroughs, particularly as we're coming to June. I've had such breakthroughs that are just, I can't even put into words some of what's come through. And yet then it's interesting how I'll think, wow, that's amazing, I've broken through, and then the next minute there'll be that deeper level of pain that comes up. And one of these things for me is self-doubt, lack of confidence, and sort of not enoughness. And it's funny how that comes up, because with our mind we know that that's false. We know that that's a false belief. We know that we are more than enough. You know, how many of you write on your sticky notes and put it around the house, I am enough, I am enough. And you know, do all the mindset work and stuff to have more confidence and move forward. I think many of us do that, and we do all the visioning and all of that. But sometimes doing that is kind of really surface level. It's like putting a sticky note on a pile of poo, isn't it? It's like, you know, you're not getting to what is underneath that. And underneath that, it often can be wounds of real, like, lack of self-worth, feeling unworthy, feeling deep levels of not belonging, not even having the right to exist. You know, some really, really deep core wounds. And so what I find often when I'm birthing into or being called to step up more into my power and my authority in my work, and I have big breakthroughs, you know, this little old core wound can pop in with this insidious tapping on the shoulder. It's like, oh, you're all right, but you're still, you're not enough, or there's other, or comparison. You go into comparison because you see someone else on social media and you think, oh, I'm not as knowledgeable as them, or I'm not as this, that, or the other. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not enough. And then you can go into self-doubt, and that can be really tricky, because when you go into those old patterns, it's actually really undermining your power. And it for me, it's actually quite risky. And not to go into any judgment, because, you know, self-judgment and criticism, self-criticism does not help here. Obviously, we have whole compassion for ourselves with this wounding. But what I've noticed is, if I even let that in, if I let that in, it's like if I let even the hint of that into my system, my energy leaks out, and that's it. I've kind of I'm going back into old stories. I'm going back into old pain, old lifetimes, and I really have to do a lot to come back to center, to say, no, that is not the truth, and come back with compassion, come to my heart. And that's what's sort of been coming up for me. And then I rise again into the self-confidence, and I'm showing up for this video, so, you know, I'm back. I'm trying my best, and I will keep going. And I just wonder if that's coming up for you. And I feel part of this is to do with the new moon, which is today as I'm recording it, with this video, in Gemini. And there's a lot going here that is very healing. I believe there's the conjunction with Chiron and Hygeia in this new moon. But of course, you can be watching this anytime, and this might be relevant for you. If this speaks to you, then I hope you're coming across this video because it helps you at any time, any place, anywhere. You know, there's this lack of self-worth, this self-doubt, lack of confidence, and not enoughness is quite insidious, isn't it? Insidious throughout society, because of we're constantly on social media, we're constantly in comparison with others, we're feeling that we have to be a certain way to be acceptable or to be worthy. And it's all just rubbish, isn't it? It can get us into a really contracted state that is not our truth. And the trouble is, it's so challenging, because when these things come up and we leak our power, we're not then shining our light, and we're not stepping into the fullness of who we are to bring our light to the world. And so, you know, the energies that don't want us to rise and ascend and are sort of getting the upper hand there. And so it's really important that you nip this in the bud, that you come back to center, and you do the healing work, meet the shadows, and carry on anyway. Even if you're feeling a bit of self-doubt, even if you're feeling a lack of confidence, do your work, do who you came here to be, bring your light, be of service to love at this time, because we're all co-creating new earth together, and each one of us is important. And so I want to bring through a little light language transmission now to help any of you who are going through this, who have issues of not enoughness and low self-worth, low self-confidence, are coming up some of these deeper pains. Even though you're having breakthroughs, you know, this underlying pain sometimes can surface, because we're humans having this experience and ascending through these physical vessels, and we bump up against this stuff, you know, and a lot of it's ancestral, or, you know, old childhood wounds, or from other lifetimes, and it's all part of the healing process. And when we meet these wounds with compassion and absolute self-acceptance, we instantly can transmute these deep wounds, and they eventually do become our greatest gifts, because there is nothing wrong about you or any of this. This is all helping us to be more who we truly are, and to rise. So let's see what wants to come through to assist us all, if we're any of us experiencing not enoughness, or going through some deep wounding, that you just need some compassion and some love and some codes to help you. Let's see what wants to come through to be shared. So as usual, just tune into your heart and your body and just see if you're ready to receive a light language transmission right now, because they're healing. And so honor yourself and your process by giving yourself the time and space. And this is not best done when you're driving or distracted or doing other things. Just honor your process and just take a bit of time out to receive this. Akurushanna krushandika enna krushanna katukutuka shendikir hanakashe eturushanna katukutukutuka shendikir hanakasha akrushana ekatakarashanna kutukutrushetiketikarakatrushana akrushana akatutukatakata krushetiketikanno krushetiketikanna krushetiketikanna katukutrushetikeshe akatakatakashanna krushetiketikanna krushetiketikanna anuat. Shena Koturiana, Shena Koturiana, Shena Koturiana. Wana sheo, wakanu. Drushana kato, shana hat, anyha. Ikarana kashwat, rushetig, edikarana kashwat. Ikarana kashwat. So I'm coming into the solar plexus. Ekana korushateke, edrushana kotukurukatekatakatakatukutukushini. Akaturushatek, anukurushatekeshe. Akatakaturshana kotukutukushani hit, anyha. Akrushanna katakarsha kutursha tiketikshanna hat. Akatakarushanoa. Akrashanoa. Ikatakatrusha tike etikrshata kuturshanna katakatakatakulushwat. Anoa. Ikaranakatakashanoa ha. Turia kanakrusha te etehe. Akrusta kato eshe nakrusha ate eshe. Ekarana katoto shateke etakato she etakana kato eshe. Akratna katut atkrasha etekesha to et eshanut. Akuto akasha toshe ete ena ato ekasha atoshe. Akrut ate enaka autor esha autrusha aka ini. Ekarusha nakrusha atakato etekesha nata ato etesha ne te eshano at atot at it akato kashana koto kashe eteshe. Shayana Koturiana. So not surprisingly, we're centered in the solar plexus and the heart here. Ekarashana Grosha etekishina, Drushana Katu Ushwa Inyashenia. Irana ko Ikarana Kasha eturush akite ishanu. Ikarana Katu Isha te ishano to ite shina at ushana. It anno kosha at it ashanoto ishinaha. Ikarana ko te ishana ut ishini. Ikarana ko shwanihat inako eanakashe. Ekaranaka ottukotake sheni ishanoat. Ukrutaka doshan nukrusha atakato kotoka shenne hit. Ekranaka shet anua. Ekratako shwat anuat ania. Ekratako shwat anua here. Ekranaka shwat anua ania. Shayana Kotoriana. Turshana katrusha de getikarakata katutta katnekrashata katushwat. Akada katrusha de en nakrasha nokotukosheni. Tua kan ishena ha, trushana kato isheni, ekratoko shana katekeshe hete, etana kato ishana kroshate, ekrana kato shana hatishe, ekroshana kato shana kahat ani, ekrashana kuto ishana, akata ato ishete ishana, ekrashano ate, ekroshato ate keshana katok ishana kroshat, iketikarahat ate shen hat onoa he. So I'm seeing this energy like there's like a thorn in the heart, this wounding. It's just always, it can feel like it's just this niggling wound. So let's see what we can do about this. Eror at ushena. Ikrosh anotore hit anuashi. Ikrat ot ushene. Drushanakot anakane tishanat rushat ani. Ikrosh atera ratora hand. Anu eroshanoi. Erosh ade erosh anaka ui. Iranoto ishanush ana. Irat ut ushenekroshane. Iranakat urshenaka uya. Rornakoa kodrusha. Ikanno etta unaha. Annoe hashe inno it isha. Erat oroeshene. Erat nukut et gashan rusha. Akut et niha. So I'm feeling that as a very loving presence, and in like an effusion of beautiful, beautiful light coach through the heart space to dislodge this thorn, to bring a more sense of our wholeness, our innate more than enoughness, our innate worthiness because we exist. Wano ekera kush watrushana ot enia. Arush atushan lush at the kotrush at the tikishano atishi. Drushana ka atua katushan nerishan nurshana. Arushan nush etige. Ituri katikina kotushana koto eshano atishi. Eroshana kato iterana katuishani rahanna. Ituri katikishano atishi. Jurate anna kus atikan not en norshan hetehe. Irano kutrushen nekalana kotoisheni. Ikalano kanisha norhat isheni. Aroshana otura kato tikena katoishen norshate etikanaka. Iturshana koto ena. Shen norhat ishena. Yanurhat orekeshenit anaha. Shena kotoriana, shena kotoriana, shena kotoriana. Okay, so I'm hearing Kuthumi. I'm not sure who Kuthumi is, but that's what I'm hearing. Tawarina kurikani channo koroshanno kuturshete nakati sini hittishi. Arotta koshanno hittishi. Allado koshwalo kedi hanna koshere hanna. Eroshanno korshitigeni. Etura kanorsh anna grahitishena. Uturshet kishini hit. Arotta koroshan negrahit anuaha. Ikarana koshwotur hikitishi. Arushan nakrahut unuikishini hat inihi. Erosh watrusha nakada anna kroshana hat iniha. And now I'm feeling the solar energy. Yanoya nakatoya 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 akanoa 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 ikania akania 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 trusha nakatukrusha tekana katrusha nakatukrushe ekrusha nakrusha tekeheshe tua katekeshiniha tua katekeshiniha tua katekeshiniha. So now I'm feeling that was a very soft, loving energy for the heart, and now I'm coming into solar plexus into sort of solar fire for this confidence, with this very sort of more of a piercing solar energy. Akrushanna katrushetehe. Tokanna katakanna krushateke eteke shato eshanna korshatako. Ikranna kotukashanna katahise. E kutukashanna katrushwat inihe. So this is sort of a loving kick up the butt to say, remember your worth, remember your worth, remember your wholeness, stand in your truth, know your power, know your strength. Ikarakoto kashanna khatta shanna kusha atike shanna khoto aeshe. Roshanaka otorsha heheshe. Akrushanaka atuhshe he. Ekrushanaka takaha. Okrushanakaha. Akrushanaha. Eketer shanna kusha atike heste he. Wato koshene he. And now we're just integrating these energies. This is in a fire. Yano kanakashwan rusha de edigrahakashwan nokrusha etike nakatrusha. Ekatrusha na akrushanaha. Ena nakrusha de edigrahanda katakotrusha de katrusha de enakrusha de kishi. Yano kotrusha de naka atukoshenihi. So now I'm feeling a very strong central column, like this pillar of light that we are, being amplified and really strengthened. So we can really stand tall and strong, knowing our worthiness, knowing our power, knowing that we are enough just as we are more than enough just as we are. We have a right to exist and be here and belong here on this planet at this time in these vessels. Ja kota kanna kashenna kursa akatu kota kashinete. Akurushanna kurusteke tekarakata kashande ete shanna at ushe. Akarushanna katakishinde ete she. Atue ekashanna atashenna at ushe. Ekrana kotuka shende krashanna ateshe. Ekroshanna kurusha tekata hannaha. Ekete kahanna katakashanna at uswateshe. So I'm feeling an opening now. Really sort of opening to this sort of more love, a loosening of the contraction and this falsehood that we are not enough. And I saw it like this dark sort of thorn in the heart. I kroshanna katoria na krashanna krosha atekana katosha na katosha akato kashete heshini. I kroshanna kata katosha na katosha na ka. Eke eta krosha na kototo keteketeka na kata kashanoa. Shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana. Ikroshana krosha de ketekana krosha de krishana krosha de ketekata krosha de enna krosha de ketekata krosha de krosha de ketekata krosha de ketekata krashna kata krosha a krosha de ketekata no krosha de ketekata krosha de ketekana krosha de ketekata koto krosha krosha de keshana e krosha de ketekata krosha de ketekata koto de ketekata krosha krosha de keshana hat e kranda krosha de ketekosha de krosha de ketekana krosha anwa shayana kotoriana shayana kotoriana shayana kotoriana. So now I'm feeling this influx of cosmic codes that just want to come in now after that sort of healing to sort of do some reprogramming, repatterning. E karata kota katurse te kete kana kurse te keshana kurse te kete to koto shenna kurse te karoto kota kete kete shinna ha e kata kurse te kete karoto kete kana kurse te kete kurse te kana kurse te kete karoto to kurse eni e kata kurse te kete kurse te keshana kurse te kete kurse te kete kata kurse na e kata kurse te kete kana kurse te kete kashana kurse ateshe e karata koto te kete kana kurse te kete kurse te kete kashana kurse te kashana kurse te kete kana e kata to kurse na kurse te kete kata kurse te keshe e karana kurse te kete kana kurse out eshene e krusha de e tutto kata 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 krusha de kata 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 krusha de kata kata krusha adot at ish ni at usha no at ish at usha ni at oro at ish ni akot at ya no at usha de kota an kota an kota at kata 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 en krusha at ish. So that came right down into solar plexus through the crown. E krasta kotor shete kete kator shete kete shanna kor shete kete kator shanna kator shete kato koto kata kata kana kator shanna kor shete koto kashanna hat edishe. Ya kato kashanna kata kotor shete kete shanna kor shete kete kata koto koto kata kata kete hinni ya kata ha. So I'm feeling a very expansive energy come through now. Emanating out to what energy feels. It's like from within to without. We are bringing this light frequency in and expanding that through our fields, creating a more sense of our own power, of our worthiness, of our wholeness, our brightness, to not dim our brightness. I karana katrushanna krusha etige ne katrushanna kato ishenihe. Akrushanna koto kata kata kato koto kashin hit ishin hot anehe. Toto kato kashanna krashata koto kashanna krusha etige shin hit. So I'm feeling some Sirian energy come in. E kata katrusha etige eto to da no ishan norisha etige ete kashanna krusha etige no. Akrusha atoto katrusha etige kata krusha no hat anat. Toto kata toto shanoy. E korota kata shanoy. E krusha ko krusha etige na koto krusha katrusha etige noy. E karata krusha etige kata krusha etige kata kota shana krusha etige shini. Shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana. I katorshana kurusha de keheste. Shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana, shayana kotoriana. Okay, if we're coming to a close, that is complete. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yanashwanyaka, Trushanaka, Tokoshenigrehishin, Hotunaha. So let's just rest in our hearts for a moment and integrate all of that. That was lovely. That felt a really lovely healing and empowering transmission. Thank you, team. Thank you, Sirian. Thank you, Kuthumi. Yakrushanna krusha etigrekanna koshanno kotrusha etikishanna krusha takatu koshanni krihitishi. Yakrushanna kotrusha etigrehishin hat anohat anohat anoha. Shayana kotoriana, Shayana kotoriana, Shayana kotoriana. So I'm just anchoring some of this down actually into the root. Okay, done. Oh, thank you. I hope that really helped you. If you're feeling lack of confidence and all of that stuff, that felt very deeply healing, very loving and very empowering at the same time. I felt we did a deep healing and then brought this sort of expansive, more bold light energy through that reprogrammed us and radiates throughout our energy field. So I'd love to hear how that was for you. If you want to comment, I'd love to hear. I really hope this supports you, benefits you, and energizes you, and gives you the confidence that you are more than enough, and to stand in your truth and bring your light, and that we're all here at this time for this, and we are all as one, and as each one of us heal, we support each other in our healing. And it's such an honor to be here to facilitate this healing for you. Thank you. So I invite you to check out my free offerings. I have a beautiful Heart Haven free group gathering every week where I bring us into grounding, centering, and heart coherence, and then bring through a light language transmission. And it's recorded if you can't make it live. It's such a beautiful community, and I welcome you to join me. And I have a free light language transmission also. But otherwise, I love you being here. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy this kind of thing, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my channel grow so I can reach more people with my light, or more people can be magnetized to my light. And I just trust in the divine perfection of all that is, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. All of us are here for an important reason, and I'm grateful to be part of this network of light. So thank you to each and every one of you. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm sending you my love. Take care.